On October 4th, 1957, humanity put one object into space, a metal ball, the size of a beach ball, beeping. 69 years later, look up, and there are more than 33,000 man-made objects circling over your head right now. This is every spacecraft ever launched drawn one by one, and it ends somewhere nobody expects. The Soviets didn't announce it in advance, they just did it, a 58-centimeter sphere, 83 kilograms, screaming across the sky at 18,000 miles per hour. Anyone with a shortwave radio could hear it. That beep wasn't data, it was a message, we are ahead of you. America panicked. 2 months later, they rushed their answer to the launch pad. It rose 4 feet and exploded. The press was merciless, but failure is the fuel of this entire story, because 1958 changed everything. Explorer 1, America's first, didn't just reach orbit. Its instruments discovered invisible belts of radiation wrapped around the Earth. The Van Allen belts, object number 2 into space, found something no one knew was there. Now the floodgates opened. Every launch was a headline. Every headline was a battle. April 12, 1961. Yuri Gagarin becomes the first human being to leave the planet. One orbit, 108 minutes, and the world is never the same. Then came the satellites that quietly rewired civilization. Telstar bounced the first live television across the Atlantic. Suddenly space wasn't about beeping, it was about connecting. July 20th, 1969. 600 million people, a fifth of everyone alive, stopped and watched. Here's the part that stops people cold. The lunar module that carried 2 men to the surface of another world had walls in places thinner than a soda can. To save weight, engineers stripped it down until it was little more than foil and courage. 9 crews, 12 men, the only humans in history to stand on another world, and then we stopped going. But up there, the machines never stopped multiplying. While the world watched the moon, 2 spacecraft quietly aimed at the entire solar system. Voyager 1 launched in 1977, and it's still flying. Right now it is over 15 billion miles away, the most distant human object in existence, still whispering back faint signals across interstellar space. Back home, the count kept climbing. Space stations. The Hubble telescope launched in 1990, showing us galaxies we never knew existed. And in 1998, the largest structure humans have ever built in space begins. For 50 years, getting to space was slow, expensive, and rare. In 2019, that broke. Reusable rockets meant launches went from a few dozen a year to one every 2 or 3 days, and they weren't launching them one at a time anymore. They launched them by the dozens. In 2019, about 2,000 active satellites orbited Earth. By 2026, that number passed 15,000, an 8-fold jump in 7 years. The orbit around our planet changed more in 6 years than in the previous 60. And 2 out of every 3 of them belong to a single company. This is what's actually above you right now. Not a few satellites, not hundreds. More than 33,000 tracked objects, active satellites, dead satellites, spent rocket stages, and debris, all moving at 17,000 miles per hour. And most of it isn't even trackable. There are an estimated hundreds of millions of smaller fragments too tiny to see, each one able to punch through a spacecraft. Scientists have a name for the nightmare scenario, the Kessler Syndrome. One collision creates thousands of fragments. Those fragments cause more collisions, until low Earth orbit becomes a shell of shrapnel and we can't leave the planet anymore. Some researchers believe it may have already quietly begun. It started with one metal ball beeping in 1957. A thing so simple a hobbyist could hear it. Everything you just watched draw itself onto this screen. Every capsule, every probe, every telescope, every swarm happened inside the lifetime of people still alive today. One object, 69 years, and a sky we filled so fast, we're only now asking what it costs. Every sketch in this cosmos starts the same way. One dot, one line, one story. If this one earned it, hit like and watch it launch. Ring the bell, it beeps, that's our Sputnik. It'll tell you the moment, and when you subscribe, you become one more dot in the sketch cosmos sky. One sketch every week. The universe isn't finished being drawn.